Today we're calibrating a fruit texture analyzer by Gus Manufacturing. So the first step will be to set the FTA on a stable, level surface, and then you'll connect any accessories. The EFM, electronic fruit measure, as well as the scale for fruit weight. Then connect your power cord, as well as your connection to the PC. Once you have everything connected, power on the machine. Once the arm raises to the top, attach the 8mm tip. Then you'll start the FTA Win software. The first calibration will be of the FTA itself. In the software, open the setup menu, type in the password. The default password is 1111, and you go to the hardware tab. Select Calibrate Probe, and it'll ask for the weight value that you're using. In this case, we're using a 3 kilogram weight. Select Continue, and then you can actually follow the instructions on screen. It'll walk you through this process. The first step is to release the thumb screws and release the load cell from the arm, making sure not to damage the cable or twist it as you're lowering the load cell. Place the calibration cap on top of the 8mm tip and select Next in the software, which will zero the instrument. Once you hear the beeps, you can place the calibration weight on top of the load cell, select Next, and you'll see the progress update in the software. Once it's complete, click Finish, and you can actually verify the process using the Verify Probe calibration in the software. The process is very similar. Select Next to zero the instrument, place the calibration weight back on top of the load cell, click View Result, and you should see 3,000 grams or whatever your weight is. Once the load cell calibration is complete, you'll place it back onto the arm, secure the thumb screws, and we'll move on to the EFM calibration. Select Calibrate EFM. It'll ask you to place the measurement strap over the 50mm disc, which is the larger of the two discs on the calibration ring. Make sure that the thumb strap is tight with your thumb, and then press the button and check to make sure the measurement was saved. Then you'll move to the smaller of the two, the 20mm disc. Repeat the process and click Finish. To calibrate the scale, select Calibrate Scale. Verify the weight, again 3,000 kilograms in this instance. You'll first zero the scale, place the calibration weight on it, and the software will update the scale calibration. Click Finish, and now you're ready to start taking measurements. So next we'll move on to taking a measurement with your FTA. To start that process, select Start Test and follow the FTA Win setup to select your supplier, add any reference number specific to your testing, select the date, and then your variety, in this case, Haas avocado. We're also going to measure the size and weight. So to measure the size, very similar to the calibration, expand the measuring band, place it around the largest part of the avocado. Make sure you tighten the band as much as possible with your thumb, and then press the trigger to record the measurement. After you've recorded the size, you can place the avocado on the scale, and FTA Win will automatically record the weight as well. And then last, we'll take the firmness measurement. To record the firmness of the avocado, you'll need to peel the skin. And usually, we recommend taking tests on both sides to get a consistent measurement. So I'm gonna peel the skin on both sides of the avocado. And then once you're ready for your measurement, place the avocado on the test stand, select Start Test in the software, and then you'll press the button on the front of the machine to lower the FTA. And once it has a measurement, it'll raise itself back up, flip the avocado over, take a second test, and then you can move on to your next fruit. Once you've completed the FTA calibration, make sure to click Save Configuration in the FTA Win software, and that'll conclude the calibration of the machine. FTAs usually only need to be calibrated once yearly, unless the machine is damaged or dropped. The FTA is a very stable instrument, so it usually doesn't lose calibration unless you have a specific problem where the machine needs to be cleaned. You won't need to calibrate it again for at least 12 months. This concludes our video on calibrating the Gus Fruit Texture Analyzer. If you have any questions, reach out to us on QAsuppliers.com.